The mountains will crumble and the hillside will fade away, but my love for you will not end. The mountains will crumble, the hillside will fade away, but my love for you will not end. But my love will not
As a BaOmer. Okay, just a couple of quick announcements. First of all, there's a lot of people still trying to get in the lobby and even outside. So if there's any way we could squish closer together, especially on the bleachers, try to make room for as many as you can. Right? There's 5 rows on the bleachers, so let's try to squish. What else is there? Okay. Also, when Rabi goes out to light the Madura, everybody please stay inside, except for those who were told to go out with Rabi. And the last public service announcement is when everybody exits tonight, please be respectful of the neighbors and be super, super quiet. Okay, the hour is late, and I will try and be real quick. The abridged version. Thank you to our incredible Aish Kodesh BaOmer committee. Couldn't be prouder to be part of this team. Yaakov Schmuckler, Yitzchak Mordechai Feder, Aaron Rosenthal, Dofer Kel, Menachem Lewin, Sam Gross, Chaim Hershkovich, Ronan Friesboomer, Jay Gelman, and of course, Rev David Carmeli manning the Madura. Baruch Schwartz and Halo and Mayor Kolka, always brilliant, both cherished friends of the Aish Kodesh family. A tremendous yasher koach to our generous sponsors. Your support and encouragement is a huge chizuk for all of us and allow for great nights just like this. The names and dedications are on the website. From the entire Kehila, tonight's Hilula is dedicated. It should be a zechus for Refuah Shlema for our Chashuva Rebbetzin. A shout out to Toronto and Mexico City in the shul, and from all over the tri-state area. Thank you for joining us on this holy night. A special mention and mazel tov to our latest bar mitzvah boys, Tzvi and their wonderful parents, Ellie and Sherry Brazil, and Yossi and Ronnie Rosenfeld. They should be convinced with much continued Yiddish and achas from this special bachrim. And to our Madura sponsor, our dear friend, my dear friend, Adam and Lindsay Oken. We are all so grateful. Your commitment, humility, thoughtfulness, and generosity is just extraordinary. And Rebbe, you know, we missed you too. In the beginning of Parshas Vayetze Yaakov, Rashi says that when a tzaddik leaves the city, it makes a rosham, an impression. Well, now I think all of us can understand that Rashi a whole lot deeper, as Rebbe and Rebbetzon's physical absence over the last few weeks was quite profound. Moshe Rosenbaum, our holy chaver, whispered to me yesterday. Shout out to Rebecca, happy birthday for Moshe. So he whispered to me by Kabbalah Shabbos yesterday, as much as Moshe can whisper. He said in Yerushalayim tonight, while they're eating their matzo ball soup, they must be feeling a big void. So Mirz Hashem, next year nobody should feel their absence, as we should all be off to Yerushalayim together with the Gemula Shmeila, Shlema V'Amit, the Karav Mamish, Amen.
So I want, first of all, to wish each and every one of you a good vach. Lechtik in BaOmer. I want to thank all the Chaverim, Yaakov, and the rest of the Chaver, people who are working, and all the sponsors. I want to apologize also. I know that many of you here it's uncomfortable. It's such a wonderful thing to be in the Beis Medrash, and I'm grateful for that, but I know that it's uncomfortable, and some of you can't see, and I apologize to the Nashim Sekanias if it's hard to see or if it's uncomfortable. And the guys by the benches, by the bleachers, a special Yochai to you. I know you've been waiting there for many years to have those. Just don't fall, please don't fall. We should be safe, just be good. And don't worry, we had the kids before Shabbos tied together with strings in the back. So everybody's safe. It was a project, for the kids. And Eitan, we've been all the years together from the beginning, from when you were a bacher, all the years, Sikh-Nine Harder family. We're together here, we've been together in Eretz Yisrael, we've been together in Europe, we've been all over, Baruch Hashem. We know the final destination is, we should be there soon together with the whole Chevra. And I want to thank the Chevra. I understand that Yoni just had a baby girl, right? He's not here? He better not be here. He's here, okay. Mazel Tov, Simcha, Nachis, and Baruch. The schus of the B'tzina Kadisha, the Oshivas Ayomim, Mor Eineinu V'chemdas Libeinu, HaTana HaEloki, Rabbi Shimon Yochai. I mentioned yesterday in the Chabura that I received from a number of the Chavra a very, very important message that I'm sure all of you have by now seen. That this is not the first time. It's not the first time of these past years that Meron was a place that couldn't be accessed by the usual Hamoin Am that go there for Yontiv. There have been times over the years that because of security problems, reasons, there are enemies. It's not a new parasha. So it happened, again, I'm sure that you saw this, that it happened some years ago, I don't know what year, but it happened some years ago that because of security issues, that they weren't allowed to go to Meron on BaOmer. Obviously, just like this year, there are many people who have a Chalisas Hadas. And there was a war that was going on. Again, I don't know what year this was, but there was a war. And there were many, many Chevra that were out fighting. And Rav Mordechai Eliyahu revealed that there were a number of tzaddikim who shared with him that they had the same dream that night. The night of Lag BaOmer, before Lag BaOmer, they had the same dream that Rabbi Shimon revealed to these tzaddikim, to these Mekubalim, that he wasn't in Meron that year. He's buried there, whatever that means, what level of neshama he was referring to. But he wasn't there, but rather he was out with the soldiers. He was there, he was with the soldiers. He was sent to be together with them. So I believe, BaOmer Shleim, I believe that Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai really every year and always, that his neshama, whatever the madrega, again, I'm not going into, Rabbi Shimon is there with Jews who are in the trenches, who are fighting in Gashmias for the survival of Am Yisrael, in Eretz Yisrael, that he's there with them. And he's there with each and every one of us who's still fighting to hold on. For every single person who's going through the nisyonos of this last generation, the oil of Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Nosson in the Good HaEloki, Hilchas Nezikin, so Rabbi Nosson Rabbi Nosson writes about the simcha of the Histalkus of Rabbi Shimon. So the question, of course, is that it should, you would think that if that it should be a day where people are crying, the Histalkus of Rabbi Shimon. But it's a gewaltige simcha, Hilula. So Nosson is writing by Riches about the simcha of the Histalkus of Rabbi Shimon. Ken oisen simcha gedoyle beyoim histalkusay daik shubalag BaOmer. We make a big simcha by the histalkus of Rabbi Shimon, unlike BaOmer. Ki histalkus hat sadik oise tiken godel b'chol ha'olam is yois mi b'chayev. Because it says in the Zohar Kodesh that when the tzaddik is no longer encumbered by his guf, by his body in this world, he's able to accomplish more for us in the other world. Ki gedolim tzaddikim b'misosam yoisim b'chayim, Chazal said. The tzaddik's greatness, the tzaddik's strength is even more once he leaves this world. V'mesakten nishmas Yisrael b'misosam yoisim b'chayim. And the tzaddikim, after they leave this world, they're able to make tikkunim for the neshamas of those who are here and those who are no longer here more than when they were alive. Umachniin hasitra achra v'haklipis hanechazan v'nishmeis hanefulis b'avneiseyam. And the tzaddikim who have left the world are able to be machnir the sitra achra. And then Reb Nosson brings from Shimshon HaGibur. Now you know that throughout his life, Shimshon was at war with the original Plishtim. These who call themselves Plishtim are not really Plishtim. But the original Plishtim, who were living in that part of Eretz Yisrael by Aza, so Shimshon's Milchama was with the Plishtim throughout his life, throughout the time that he was a shayfet. And when it came to the end of his life, which everybody knows how that took place, what happened. So it says in Pasuk, V'yu ha-meisim ha-shehemis b'moisei rabim ha-shehemis b'chayev. That the Plishtim that Shimshon killed upon his death was more than any of the Plishtim that he had killed while he was alive. So Reb Nosson brings this Pasuk. of the war against the Palestinians, the Plishtim. And the Ameisim HaShehemis b'moisei Rabim, HaShehemis b'chayev, Shat Tzadik Ha'emes Manik Hadora Amiti, Meimis Soinei HaKadusha VaHaKlipis VaSitrach b'moisei, Yoismi b'chayev. And who is a Tzadik Amiti, and the Manhig Amiti of Am Yisrael, like Rabbi Shimon and Yochai? And therefore we have to all believe b'emunah shleima. That even while he was alive, Rabbi Shimon was margiz mamlochis, he was fighting against the Romans. He was at war with Esav. He was at war with our enemies. He did not give in to the Sonei Yisrael. So that's what he did while he was alive. Then lachas kama v'kama, like it says by Shimshon, that v'yameisim HaShehemis b'moisei Rabim HaShehemis b'chayev. And therefore we should be zeicher to see in the schus of Rabbi Shimon a mapala for our enemies. Whatever the tzaddik was doing while he was alive, it's infinitely more so when he's no longer here in this world. And therefore, on this year, that because of our enemies, Jews can't go to our place. We're not able to go to Meron. There's no question that Rabbi Shimon is Mekane, a gewaldige kinna, a kinnas Hashem against our enemies. And he's going to be matil the oivim in a way that's l'malam and atavu. We should be zeicher to see it b'karv mamish. So all of you know that Lag BaOmer is Hoyd Shebahoyd. Chazal tell us, and in the Zohar Kodesh, that many years ago, that midah of Hoyd, the beauty of Am Yisrael, the midah of Hoyd, whatever Hoyd means, not going into right now, that midah of Hoyd was damaged, was injured. And do you remember that took place by Yaakov Avinu on the night of Vayivos Yaakov Levado V'Yavik Ish Imoi Ad Alois HaShachar, when Yaakov Avinu was wrestling with the Malach, the Sar Shaleisov, V'Yaakov Le'ochaloi V'Yiga B'Kaf Yerechoi. The Sar Shaleisov was not able to overcome Yaakov Avinu, but he was able to injure him. V'Yiga B'Kaf Yerechoi, Chazal tell us that the left hip of Yaakov Avinu was dislodged, was injured. V'Yiga B'Kaf Yerechoi. Now you know that the two legs correspond to Netzach and Hoyd. The right leg is Netzach and the left is Hoyd. V'Yiga B'Kaf Yerecha, that the left hip thigh, the hip thigh was injured. And the Malach wanted to be set free. And Yaakov Avinu said, Lo ashalechicha ki berachtani, I'm not going to let go of you until you give me a bracha. But Chazal revealed to us that Yaakov Avinu was limping away from that encounter, even though afterwards it says Vayov Yaakov Shalom. But Yaakov Avinu limping away from that encounter has brought to Am Yisrael a limp throughout all of the centuries since that time. That until Mashiach comes, there's something wrong with the way that we're walking. Yaakov Avinu was hurt, he was injured. And the Sfarim talk about the nature of this injury. What is it that happened? What's this pgam in the midah of height, in the splendor of Am Yisrael, of a Jew, of the Jewish people? So the pasuk says, "Vayivos Yaakov levadoi," and "Vayivos Yaakov levadoi" means that throughout time the Jewish people have felt in this world an unbelievable, an unbearable loneliness. Every single one of you and myself, and Am Yisrael is feeling this over these past months. A feeling of levada, a feeling that we thought we wouldn't have. We deluded ourselves into thinking that what was in the days of my parents, your parents, grandparents, that such a thing could never ever be again in such a way. What happened, Shmini Atzeres. But it wasn't just what happened, Shmini Atzeres, but the way the entire world turned against us once again. A feeling of Vayivos Yaakov levadoi. And what comes with that feeling of Vayivos Yaakov levadoi and Kilu, there's a fight against the entire world. Is that many feel a terrible sense of isolation. It was a gewaldige essay that was written that I read last week. It's probably available for anybody who wants to see it, from the editor in Commentary magazine. About how through the years, beginning especially after the Milchemes Sheishes Hayom, the 6-Day War, when there was a tremendous defeat of our enemies, that they began to use a certain lashon, a certain sprach in the United Nations, and they call this make-believe thing called the international community. They began to use a certain sprach that the Jewish people, if they fight back this way, if they do this, they're going to be isolated. They're going to be isolated. And every single time that we have fought for our survival, and we hear this now all the time, that after we're attacked, not only does the world not say that the murderers should feel isolated, but rather that if the Jewish people, if Jews will fight back, and if we'll destroy our enemies, we're going to be more and more isolated in the world. And very, very sadly, there are Jews who believe this. this feeling that we need to have the bracha of the world. But Yaakov Avinu said to the Malach of Esav, I'm not going to let you go unless you give me a bracha. That we need to have the blessing of the world to be able to save ourselves. There are Jews who grovel for brachas, that the world should agree, that the world should let us try to live in our own land. It's a terrible, terrible pagam in the hoid of Am Yisrael. To feel that we need anybody else in the world other than the Bari Olam. To feel that our Metzias depends upon politicians, presidents, prime ministers, votes, elections. All of that is the outcome of that ma'avak and the begam, that struggle of Yaakov Avinu. And the injury that he sustained during that fight. And we continue to limp in such a way. But I saw in one of the shmuzim of the tzaddik, the Rebbe of Motel Zilber, Zolga Zayin Zud, Zolga Zon Zayin. But there, Rebbe Motel brings from Chazal that I've spoken about many times over the years. That on this posuk, Vayivose Yaakov Levadoi, Chazal bring from the posuk in Yeshaya, Ma'akadosh Baruch Hu, just as it says by Hashem Yisborach, V'nizgav Hashem Levadoi b'yom hahu, V'nizgav Hashem Levadoi b'yom hahu. So too, it says by Yaakov Avinu, Vayivose Yaakov Levado. And Chazal are telling us that there are two who are levad in creation. There are millions and billions of people in the world. But v'nizgav Hashem levadoi b'yom hahu. But even though Hashem is the creator of all that exists, and there isn't a molecule, there isn't a flower, because Baruch Hu is the creator of all that exists. But Hashem Baruch looks at us in such a way, Ki'ilu, it's only Him and it's only us. V'nizgav Hashem levado and v'yivose Yaakov levado. And the Mishnah says in Sanhedrin, Lefichach nivra adam yechidi. And therefore, in Pnimius, each one of us was created in such a way, yechidi, like Adam HaRishon was created by Emes, Adam HaRishon was mamish by himself. And even though each one of us came into a world that's busy with a lot of people and things, nevertheless, the Mishnah says that the way to repair this midah of hoid is to know and to believe that lefichach nivra adam yechidi shkol echad ve'echad chayv loimer b'shvili nivra ha'olam. That each and every Jew has to feel b'shvili nivra ha'olam, that there's only me and Hashem Baruch in the world, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the whole world just for me. With all of my inyonim and everything that I've been through, that the same way by Yaakov is V'yivose Yaakov levado, and the Baruch Shalom says it's me and it's you, and nothing else exists except the two of us. Hashem Baruch wants each and every one of us to be able to come to that place of Nivri Yechidi, of Levado. And therefore, the Pagam that took place by Yaakov, because Yaakov, Chazal tells Shufra, the Yaakov is main Shufra, the Adam Arish. That the beauty of Yaakov Avinu was me'ain the beauty of Adam Arish. And therefore, when Yaakov Avinu asked for a bracha from the other side, when Yaakov Avinu was concerned on his madrega of what's the other side, what does the world think? What does the world say? Is the world going to consent? Is the world going to give us their bracha? Something happened. And the beauty of Am Yisrael was dislodged. Because the entire beauty of Am Yisrael is this realization that we are alone with Hashem. And that we can't depend on anybody else. And we don't need to depend on anybody else. And any one of us, none of us, and whatever we've gone through in life, at the end, it's Adam Nivri Yechidi. In the same way that the Kohen Gadol will go Yom Kippur, Lifnai v'Lifnai. And it says in Pasuk, V'chol Adam lo yeh ba'oil moed, b'voil HaKodesh, b'voil HaChaper, b'Kodesh ad Seisai. That the Kohen Gadol will go by himself. The Yerushalmi says even a Malach wasn't allowed in. The Kohen Gadol will go on Yom Kippur by himself. The Indian of the Kohen Gadol going to the Kodesh Kadosh by himself is because the emes is in Pneumius, in that reality of Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur. In Pneumius, every single Jew is by himself with Hashem Yisborach taking care of him in this world. Is Adam Nivri Yechidi. And that's a hemshech of the Avodah of Rosh Hashanah, which is the day of man's creation. And the day of Rosh Hashanah, where every single one of us passes before Hashem alone. Yechidi, Levado. Not with the chevra, not with everybody who's on your chat thing, but Levado. And that's why it's a remez to Rabbi Shimon. It says Kibnei Moran, as it's brought down by the Triska Magid and other tzaddikim. That Moran is Meron. So Rabbi Shimon left this world on Lag BaOmer and Hoyt Shebahayt. And we're going to sing in the Piyut in a few minutes. Yochai, Nasa Adam Nema Bavarecha. Rabbi Shimon by Yochai, Nasa Adam Nema Bavarecha means that Rabbi Shimon lived his life in such a way in the Kodesh Kadosh, that's why it says in the Piyut, By Yochai b'Kodesh HaKadosh. L'vushay tumecha v'urecha. What's the Urim v'Tumim by Rabbi Shimon? What's the Kodesh Kadosh by Rabbi Shimon? What's the Nasa Adam Nema Bavarecha by Rabbi Shimon? Because Rabbi Shimon by Yochai came to this world to repair that feeling that a Jew has of being alone. To repair that feeling that a Jew has that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has left him. To feel that he has to turn to the world for help. To feel that he depends on anybody else or anything else. Rabbi Shimon was in the cave with Rabbi Elazar all of those years. Ba Yochai Moshev Toiv Yashavta. The Moras Surim Shamadat V'Moras Surim says in the Piyut, Shom Kanisa Hoidcha V'Adarecha. B'Mara Surim Sha'amadata, in that cave where you were alone with Rabbi Lazar, with your son. Sham Kanisa Hoidcha V'Hadarecha. There Rabbi Shimon was kind of the meter of Hoid. Sham Kanisa Hoidcha V'Hadarecha. And therefore, especially now, when Am Yisrael is feeling once again in such a strong way the hatred of the world, and after so many years we thought that things had changed. I mean, my parents never ever thought that things had changed. Those who went through that 70, 80 years ago never had such demyanis. But those of us who grew up here in America, we had such a dimyan that we're not alone. What Rav Motel is explaining is that the entire height of the Jewish people, the entire beauty of Am Yisrael is that we are alone. And Am Levad Ad Yishkai. Bagoyim Lo Yishchashav. That we are alone. But Hashem Yisborach is also alone. And the two of us, each one, and Am Yisrael is alone with Hashem Yisborach. And therefore, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, everybody has his chazkas to Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Nagon said, "Afil abchusim." Rabbi Shimon's Zakol. Even the lowest Jew, even a Jew who everybody else in his life has left him. His wife has left him, his kids have left him, his friends have left him, his Rabbi left him. Everybody in the world has left him. And he feels that he has nothing and nobody. And he's tempted to look, Hilula, to look for a bracha, to try to find some relief from his loneliness by the sitracha, by the other side. Rabbi Shimon comes along and whispers and says, I was also alone. But I want to tell you something. Sham Kanisi, over there in that place. Sham Kanisi, Hoidcha V'Hadarecha. Davka now we can acquire our beauty. Davka now when the whole world has reminded us that we're alone. We can return to the true Metzias of Am Yisrael, which is Vayevos Yaakov Levado, V'nizgav Hashem Levado B'yoyim Hahu. And we don't need the world. And we don't trust the world. We only trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is what Rabbi Shimon comes to the soldiers and tells them when they're so frightened. And Chalila, they feel that they're surrounded by enemies. And any Jew who feels that way wherever his battle is taking place. To walk tall, stop limping. You have a bigger Baruch Shalom who's with you. V'nizgar Hashem levado b'yom hahu. So I want to end with a story that I've told over the years. That I heard when I was a child. I saw later on in the Sefer, it was a little bit different the way that I heard it. I heard this first from my uncle, Zechron Levracha. And I'm sure many of you will remember this as soon as I start telling it. You know, many tzaddikim, before they became known to the world, they feared Galus. They went disguised. The Vilna Gaon was already known, but the Vilna Gaon also had a time when he went disguised in Galus. The Rabbi Melech and his brother, the Rabbi Zusha, as you know, the stories of tzaddikim that they went in Galus. They went in Golus to be able to feel the pain of the Shechina that's in Golus, the pain of Am Yisrael in Golus, to bring down big hashpois, big Yeshuas. So one of the tzaddikim that spent some time in Golus before he was revealed, before he was known as a big tzaddik, as a big rabbi, was the tzaddik Reb Mendel Vishnitzer, Schusig Elaine, the Tzemach Tzaddik, not the Tzemach Tzedek from Lubavitch, the Tzemach Tzaddik from Vishnitz. And the Tzemach Tzaddik, Schusig Elaine, would go to different shtetlich, different places, to be able to connect, to meet Jews and to see what they were going through. And there was a certain place that he would come. And every year that he had this Golus went on for some years, and there was a certain place that he would come where there was a little girl that was waiting for him. As many of the tzaddikim, he disguised himself as a schlepper. He went in a way that was very, very strange. He acted in a way that was strange. It was part of the whole disguise. And when he would go to different places, some people would throw him a few pennies, they would make fun of him. When he came to this particular place, there was a home and there was a little girl. It says that her name was Rivka. And Reb Mendel Vishnitzer would go to the house, and her parents wouldn't let him in. They didn't want to have anything to do with him. They thought he was just a strange person. But the little girl, children have a certain Ruach HaKodesh, and the little girl felt that this person is somebody great. So she would go outside and talk to him. And even though the parents didn't welcome him in, there was no hachnas zorchim. The little girl had a toy table, like children often have with dolls and things, a little table. And she would bring Reb Mendel Vishnitzer a little thing with water, and would pour him something to drink, something hot that she would bring outside, and she would pour him. He wasn't allowed in the house. And she had these two little toy chairs, and Reb Mendel Vishnitzer would sit down with this little girl. So finally, one year he said to her, "Listen, Rivka, I'm not going to see you again. I can't come back, but I want to thank you for the times that you took care of me." Because the time had come for Reb Mendel Vishnitzer to begin the work that he had to do in the world and to end the Golus. So he said goodbye, and the little girl said, "Mendele, are you going to remember me?" And he said, "I'll never forget you. How could I forget your kindness?" And Mendel Vishnitzer went out into the world, became a famous tzaddik, a big tzaddik. And over the years, this little girl was growing up into a young woman, and she became very sick. She was no longer able to walk. And her parents took her to different doctors. They went to big cities to find doctors, and they couldn't help her. And she would ask her parents if they could take her to the Vishnitzer Rabbi, to Reb Mendel Vishnitzer, because she believed that was her friend Mendele, the tzaddik that she used to pour some tea for. She believed that was the Vishnitzer Rabbi. And the parents said, that Meshigna that used to come here, the Schnorr, the Schlepper, that's not any Rabbi, he's nobody. But she kept on asking, why can't, so what's wrong if you take me to the Vision Rabbi? So finally, the wife said, she's right, why can't we get a bracha to go to the Rabbi, to this Vision Rabbi? So they set out to go. And the night that she was going to arrive, after Marav, the Mendel vision, so the Vision Rabbi said to the Chassidim, I'm expecting a very choshev guest. I mean, there was no emails, you understand. But the Ruach HaKodesh, he said, I'm expecting a very choshev guest. And they said, who is it? They thought like a Rebbe's comes. And he told the Gabbai, I need you to go and to bring me a little toy table and 2 chairs and a kettle. And he said, Rebbe's Gabbaim get all kinds of strange requests, but this was particularly odd. But the Rebbe said to do that, and he told the Chassidim to wait for having a choshev guest. And the Gabbai went to get what he needed, what the Rebbe asked for. And a little later, a wagon arrived. It was Rivka and her parents. And the Chassidim heard the wagon, and the Rebbe said, oh. And they all went outside to Makabel Panim. They thought of some tzaddik. And it was a young woman and her parents. And the Chassidim were very, very shocked because she saw the Vision Rabbi and she said, Mendele, it's you. And the Chassidim said, Mendele? Mendele, it's you. And he said, Rivka. And she said, you remember me? She said, so the Rabbi said, what do you mean? The last day, you remember? You asked me, but I remember you. And I told you that I could never, ever forget your kindness. What's happened, Rivka? What's wrong? And her parents were crying, and she was crying. She says, Mendel, I'm not well. So the Rebbe had her carried into the Beis Medrash. And everybody moved aside. And the Rebbe had her brought into the middle of the Beis Medrash. And they placed her on the floor. And the Rebbe went into the Beis Medrash and sat across from her on the floor. And then he told the Gabbai to bring the little toy table and chairs and the kettle of water. And the Gabbai brought it there and placed it between the Rebbe and the girl, between Rivka. And the Rebbe said, Rivka, you remember when you were little? The whole world turned against me. There was nobody who would take me in except for you. And do you remember what you used to do? You used to pour me a little bit of tea. And we would sit together and have a tea by the table. So the Vision Rabbi went and he sat on this little chair. And he said, I would like for you to please do that again. And everybody's crying. She's on the floor, she can't move. And the Rebbe said, I'm asking you to do that again. She gave a shrai and she stood up. And she walked, she took over the tea and she poured for the Rebbe. And I guess they would say that she lived happily ever after. So isn't that the story of Am Yisrael and Kuchabrichu? Injured and limping, each one of us in our own way. We have a limp, we have our own injuries. some just gashmis and ruchnis, all kinds of injuries over these thousands of years. But Chevra Sof Kol Sof, we were the only ones that took Hashem in. V'nizgav Hashem levado, v'yivasa Yaakov levado. Nobody else took him in. So the time has come. Hashem hasn't forgotten that. He hasn't forgotten Zacharti lo chesed nurayach. Ahavas kul asayach. Lechtech acharai b'midbar be'eretz lo yizirua. Where the whole world wasn't interested by Har Sinai. Where the whole world has turned against HaKadosh Baruch Hu and has turned against us. It's the story of the visit to Rabbi and Rivka. And Hashem's Baruch is going to say to us, this last time, it's the end of godless, and Hashem's Baruch is going to say to us, Kum, B'sulas Yisrael, Hisna'ari mi'ofa kumi, Livshi bigdei sefatech ami, Hisna'ari mi'ofa kumi, Livshi bigdei sefatech ami, Ki sheicha la'ofa nafsheinu. Hashem's Baruch is getting ready to tell us, we're going to hear the words, Hisna'ari mi'ofa kumi. We should be Zocher Bez Hashem, each one of us, to hear the chizuk, the eschaskus of the HaTana of Rabbi Shimon, to feel that hurry, that beauty, that splendor of ourselves, of Am Yisrael, coming back to us, the strength and the confidence of who we are and the only one who we can depend upon. We were there for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu is here for us and will be here for us. We should be Zocher Bez Hashem for that day. Of who you're lechenim kommen mi yuslar, saying with the glass of amitis, mehebi amen amen amen.
Did die 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 da, did da da die da, I die die da, did da da die da, I die 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 da, did da da die da, did da da die. Did-da ya ba, did-da da da da, did-da da ba, ya did-da da, did-da da, did-da da. Did da 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 da, did da 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 da, did da da da, did da 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 ba, I did da da da, ay ay ay. Did die 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 die, ya ya ya, did da da da, did da da da, ma ya ya ba, ya 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 ya, did da 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 ba. Did da 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 da, ay da da, did da da da, ay ya bo, did da da da, ay ya ba, did davar ein avayt ei mi gilvadoy ein avayt ei mi gilvadoy ein avayt ei mi gilvadoy HaEloki together HaEloki HaTana Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai HaTana Rabbi Shimon tzadikai HaTana HaTana Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai peacefully Sharei tzedek Hayavoy vava moideko 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 Hayana Shem Oishiyana Hayana Shem Oishiyana Hayana Shem Atzlichana Hayana Shem Atzlichana Eilich HaTana Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai Lichvoid HaTana Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. One more time, did he die? Da 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 da. ay la 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 ay 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 lichvay HaTana HaEloki ay Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai lichvay HaTana HaEloki One more time. Ashreinu matov chelkeinu, manayim gaida aleinu. 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 Ashreinu matov chelkeinu. Rabbi Shimon. Ay Adoneinu, ay Bar Yochai, ay Bemiron, Sham Rabbi Shimon, Adoneinu Bar Yochai, Bemiron. Ay, Papa יצאתי גדול רבי שמעון שמו הסתתר במערה יחד עם בנו הרמאים הרשעים רצו להרוג אותו אבל השם שמר עליו והצילתו אדוננו בר Baba יצאתי גדול רבי שמעון שמו הסתתר במערה יחד עם בנו הרמאים יימח שמם רצו להרוג אותו אבל הקדוש ברוך הוא שמר עליו והציל אותו Ay, במירון, שם רבי שמעון, אדוננו בר יוחאי. ay, במירון, שם רבי שמעון, אדוננו רבי. במירון, שם רבי שמעון, אדוננו בר יוחאי. במירון, שם רבי שמעון, אדוננו בר יוחאי. Ay, במירון, שם רבי שמעון, אדוננו בר With it one more time. Ay, במירון, שם רבי שמעון, everyone together, אדוננו בר יוחאי. במירון, שם רבי שמעון, אדוננו בר יוחאי. Ay, דנאי, דנאי, אדוננו בר ay, לארצך. ay, וששון, ay, לעינך. Last song, everybody, last song. ay, שמחה. ay, לארצך.
איפה ששון?
ay,